We're back, y'all, and we definitely got to get some decks done because we could use it for the backlog a little bit. And the one that we got asked to do today is this one.
Mm, Tamiyo.
Yes, with an $800 budget, which I'm like, there's basically nothing we can't fit in that.
Yeah,
Uh,
true.
yeah. So, do you want to read what it
And
does?
yeah, so whenever she attacks or you investigate, and whenever you draw your third card in a turn, you transform her.
Mhm.
And then her other side is pretty good. As
Yes.
next turn, whenever a creature attacks, they get -1, -0. So it's like a Jace effect.
Yes.
Return target insert sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. If it's green, add 1 mana of any color because, like,
So
it wasn't
good.
good enough on its own.
So
And then
good.
draw cards equal to half the number of cards in your library. Round it up, you gain emblem with you have no max hand size.
Hmm. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and she's like $46.
Do you know
I've heard
why?
she's.
Do you
I
know
heard she's
why
getting
she is?
because Brainstorm's a card that can be played with her in other Eternal
Well,
formats.
she's played in every format that she's legal in. She's
Yeah,
just the attack, 03 flyer that makes
mm.
clues, and then you flip into this monster like
You could literally play like turn one her, like if you're in like what, like a like legacy, like turn one her, like a lotus petal, sacrifice it, brainstorm, transform her on your first turn before your opponents even had a turn.
yes. Insane. I this card unreal. But obviously everything's a lot more fair in Commander. In a
Mm.
1v1 format, she's the nuts. Cause
Hey
I
Tom,
think
what's
the I think the modern deck even plays Flare Denial. You know? What'd you
oh
say?
yeah.
What's the
Well,
what's
a lot of decks play Flare Denial.
uh-huh.
You should go on TCG Player and look up Mox Opal.
Mox Opal? Is it
Yeah,
that much?
because you know how it got unbanned.
Oh, in modern, yes. And it's one of the only Mox left. Holy shit balls and fuck.
Yeah, it's skyrocketed, my dude.
Oh
Look at that
my
price
god.
spike. Yeah, it was 70 some dollars. It went to it almost doubled
Cause I'm gonna
in
be
price.
honest with you, out of everything that got unbanned, I think that Mox Opal and Faithless Looting are the only ones that are gonna do anything.
Yeah, because
Splinter Twin has
I saw,
kinda seen its time.
like I said, I how long have I been saying how like Twin in this meta? There's the decks are too fast. There's too good counter spells. There's too good interaction. Like when we have free counter spells and too much, like
Well,
yeah,
this is the only deck that's kinda making it work. The Tamiyo deck that's also playing FOMO. They're doing it with FOMO,
okay,
which is like
I,
the better one.
yeah,
Uh,
I've because I've saw the Twin deck run FOMO too.
yes. But obviously Mopul is going to be used in a lot of things.
All right. So
Uh,
anyway, with Tamio, so I guess what's did they have an idea? They just want us to kind of go to town on
so
it.
they did kind of write budget, semi control, and value. Try to get her to ult if we could. That was all they wrote.
Okay, okay. So like we could probably run a lot of like like generic good counter spells. Like we
Yeah.
probably want to run. I think it's worth running the brainstorm for the instant flip.
Well, what do we want to name her first?
Oh, Tammy! Oh my God!
How am I spelling that? Is that one word?
Yo,
Like
then yeah,
this?
my God. Yep, there you go. Perfect.
Hold on. Tammy. Oh, hold on. Like that? Hold on.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
should this
That
be
worked.
capital? Hold on. I feel like.
Huh. Yeah, it's like Tammy. Oh my God! I can't believe Sink into Stupor
Like
is
that?
like like $10. That works. Yeah.
RKO out of nowhere. Sink into stupors? How much?
Like $10.
The MDFC?
Yep. It's because it's a CDH card.
Yeah.
CDH plays it because it returns spells, so it gets around like can't be countered stuff, and also just because it's a land that could enter untapped.
Yeah.
So it does double duty. Because I was
So,
looking through like switching CDH decks around and looking at different things. Like everyone I saw was playing this. No, it's Inquisitive Student.
yeah, yeah, I just remembered. No. Okay. So we make her the commander. And like you said, brainstorm. I agree. This is probably the one deck that we should play it, I guess.
So we're
And
definitely gonna have some draw card synergies, right?
Sylvan Library for sure, because that's a draw three.
Uh,
Uh, Ristic Study. What else?
uh, Frantic Search is cool because draw two, discard two, untap three lands. So you attack with her once, get the token, play that, it resets, and then you have the mana to activate. So it's just another card that triggers
Makes sense to me.
in one turn without having to do too much to any other card. I think it's a Fairy's Ageless Insight in a deck that wants to draw a lot of cards because that just makes it even easier.
We could do tribal like card draws like control for this. So like, what's the other one? Aether. What's the other one? The 5-mana one.
Alhammer's Archive.
Then.
So what about stuff like Toothy Imaginary Friend? Like stuff whenever you
thinking that exact thing.
Toothy Chasm Skulker.
Wait, doesn't Pier work with Planeswalkers?
Oh, the other side of Toothy?
Well, the partner, not the other side. Partner.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Pier.
There are one more counters we put on a permanent your team controls. I mean,
yeah, it works. It works with yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
We play that, right? It also makes Toothy bigger. Chasm Skulker?
I was just saying Chasm Skulker.
Is it CHASM? Like that? Yes.
There he is.
And then what's the
another card I like? Wait, Alondra Sky Dreamer. That's the thing that makes Drakes, and then it gives it in Drakes you control +X or X number of cards in your hand.
Spell it.
It's ALANDRA. There it is. Oh, okay. Side note. So I was looking through some cards and I didn't notice it. When I bought the Modern Horizons land deck, the Simic one, there is one of the best mana dorks for gates because it adds 2 mana of any color, and you could tap a gate to untap it.
Ew.
So it basically it basically makes all your gates tap for 2. And it's also mana fixes because it taps for any color. Also, something that was really cool is if you have, I actually had a situation where I had Titchwillow out, and that with a mana reflection, so it would make 4 mana. I tap it. I'd use Titchwillow to draw a card, put a gate into play, tap the gate to untap it, tap it to make 4 mana. And so as long as I kept playing gates, it just kept going.
I'm putting in like the mana doublers, so like Zendikar, mana reflection. What was the thing I was thinking of? There's a couple other things that when you draw your second card, you do things. There's like the lady that makes bears. There's the.
Oh yeah, the barely.
There's the one that we used to play that like you can sack her tokens to like.
Yeah. So so you're thinking of Joriel. I like Joriel. Or Jolria. It's JOL. Sorry. Uvenwald Recluse. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, Volney, whatever it is.
Yes, and then there's the one you used to play.
Yeah, the Min Will Illusionist, Little Min, with 2 N's, MINN.
This one, yes.
Yep.
And I'm thinking that this is a is it Enter the Infinite? The one that draws your whole deck?
I think it's actually. I don't know if is it draw. Enter. I know it's Enter the Infinite.
No, it draws. Draw equal to the number of cards in your
Okay.
But
Then
we
you
have
put
to
a
be careful with that if we have any of our doublers. How does that work? No, it always puts one card back though.
yeah.
So we
And the
can't
thing is,
deck
if we're
ourselves.
playing it, and
Yeah,
if
we
we're
can't.
playing it, we're usually gonna have like we could probably have like the Jace or Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah, which we're gonna play Jace, wielder.
You know what card's kind of cool in this deck is Body of Knowledge. It's power tough to see how many cards in our hand, and then if it's dealt damage, draw that many cards.
Oh, that made me think of the planeswalker that makes those. The
Oh,
dogs. Mordenkainen.
yeah.
I like Mordenkainen. Hold on. And then Thassa. Should we play Thassa as well? Uh, or is this probably
Yo,
the
do
other
we
guy
play
in
20?
laboratory?
Do we play 20 Toad as an alternate win condition?
Oh yes, the guy that if you have 20 cards in your hand.
Yeah. It's whenever it attacks, which is really cool because it's a lot different than like at the beginning of your upkeep
So
stuff.
we want Nezahal. I'm just starting to think of things that draw.
Mm-hmm.
Consecrated. That's a card I've heard. Uh, what else?
This is
Mystic
a cool one.
Mystic Reflection. No, not Mystic
No.
Reflection. Mystic Remora.
Yo, do we try to kill people with Psychosis Crawler?
Wait, what's the one that makes 8/8 Krakens? That's a fun one. When you get like 8 or more counters on it.
Oh, it's not Omen. I know exactly. It's enchantment. Ominous Sea. That's
I
what
don't
it
know
is.
how I feel about Crawler.
Oh, I like Wizard's Class. Because if you get it
I
actually
like
all the way
Wizard's Class.
upgraded, that could kill somebody.
No, also it's the no maximum
No
hand
max
size, right?
hands. Yeah.
Which I want to make sure we get all the Thought Vessel before I forget. Decanter.
I am a worm before I am a man.
Decanter.
About the other Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim, he makes the dogs that get bigger whenever you draw a card.
Yes.
And it's whenever you draw a card,
Should
he
we
gets a
just
counter.
look at the? Hold on. Let's just
See what other Teferis there are.
Can I play that one?
Master of Time is pretty cool because it's
Yeah,
it's a draw discard.
Yes.
I know it's a draw discard, but like I still think it's pretty good.
What was the one you said?
It's the Temporal Pilgrim, bottom left.
This one?
Yeah, because whenever you draw a card, he gets a loyalty counter. He makes the dogs that get big. That puts +1 counters on the dogs, which is really cool. And then his ultimate is like a Cyclonic Rift.
I want Sphinx. What's the? Is Sphinx in the second sun? And I guess Jin. How do you spell like Jin?
It's like DJIN, I think.
It's this one, but it's not the Core Augur.
Oh, you talk about the 5-mana Jin?
Yeah.
I think it's just Jin-Jitaxis. I think all of them that like were the flip ones.
I don't see it.
It's a double-sided card, so it's
yeah,
that and
it's this one.
The Great Synthesis.
Yeah. Are we gonna run out a lot of creatures? Should we play all the creature draw stuff?
It depends because the thing is, so quick thought on that. Tamiyo's minus is an instant or sorcery related. So I don't know how far we want to go into just straight creature draw, or are we just going to use the minus to like maybe get back a spell? I don't know if I want to go too hard into the planeswalker aspect. No. I know some people like to do that and run like just let's proliferate her up until we get ultimate her, but
yeah.
Oh, I also picked up Flare of Denial for some of my decks. Feels real good. Just like either 3 mana or like if I have a creature I don't care about, just being able to sack it for free. Honestly, I really like it. Because it becomes another 0 mana counter spell that nobody expects.
Is it expensive? How much is it?
No, not really. It does get a bunch of modern play. I think just because there is a hefty toll to it, and at times it's not good. And it really does depend on your board presence and your board state. Um.
What about the one that has Hideaway that we draw an extra card a turn, the 5 mana one? What is that called?
Oh, well, I know exactly what you're called. Real quick, while I'm looking that up, look up Overbeing of Myth.
Overbeing. At the beginning of your draw step, draw a card?
It's just an extra draw,
What? It just
and
gets
he just gets
huge.
yeah.
That's
So I feel like
awesome.
it fits perfectly with the idea of the deck.
Yes.
Um, what was the card we're thinking up or trying to look for?
Wiretapping, I thought of it.
That there it is.
Yeah.
I was like, Hideaway. That's what I was thinking of.
I like this card.
Um, let's get a Cyclonic Rift in there.
This is from a comment.
I like it. I like it. A deep analysis.
Blue Sun Zenith?
Mm-hmm. Seagate.
Oh, can't forget about that. Valaged?
Sink into stupor. Also, I'm really starting to like an offer you can't refuse more and more.
I've been a huge fan of that card for a while. I played in Tatiova.
Sometimes just the one mana just oof. Oof.
Like, we've always liked Negate, but a 1 mana Negate, like, is so good. Should we just, like, play more creatures and, like, go that direction? Because I feel like that's where the draw gets the best. And then we can play ways to kill them with creature damage as well. Uh,
We could also probably find some combos that just like do like a Nehru Meha combo.
you mean with Ghostly Flicker?
Oh, yeah, Ghostly Flicker, Nehru Meha, or we could or do
Like
because we're gonna
Vermin
draw that
Drain?
many cards. Because one of the things I've liked is running the I forgot the spell was. It's an insert sorcery that you could that has wizard cycling. Um, not 2 steps ahead, though. I really like 2 steps ahead too. The 3 steps ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, like, think about, like, what the best direction for this deck to go. Because we have the budget for it. I'm just trying to think, like, should we go towards, like, the Paragon Drake route? But the problem is, like, the commander's not the best with that. Oh, we should play Thassa and, like, Tatiova and ASE. No, not Thassa. Thrasios.
Right. No, you mean Tatiova?
No, Thrasios.
Oh, you want to play Thres?
This one. You pay for and you draw.
I thought put. Oh, it does draw. Okay, I thought put it into your hand.
No, it. Well, we could play. Oh yeah, otherwise draw. Titchwood, and then there's. We could play
You also do
Tatiova and
whole. You
ASE.
also do Hullbreaker Horror Soul Ring shenanigans.
Tatiova and ASE. Say that again.
We also play like a weird Hullbreaker thing. Like I like Hullbreaker and like usually Hullbreaker Soul Ring and like another small spell like usually kind of just goes infinite.
Right, but it's what we do with it, right?
Like if we have X spells that draw X cards,
Right.
um,
So I'm thinking like Peregrine Drake. That's not the worst idea because we could just play Eternal Witnesses. Uh, because we are green, so it makes it a lot better actually. Also, I want to play Rashmi. I like Rashmi. Uh,
Yeah, there's there's like a lot of different like
there's
combos we
yeah,
could
there's
technically
just
run.
so like, what are you feeling? Like, what do you think is best? Like, is it the Peregrine Drake route or
I mean, if we're running Enter the Infinite, like if we just run like some spells tutors for it,
uh huh?
control till we get to that game, and then when we have if we have Thassa's Oracle and Jace in the deck, it just kind of wins.
And we do have a payoff, which is that and that obviously that could draw our whole deck.
Well, that's if we do like the infinite like mana. I mean, I think we should be definitely running like a Jace and Thassa's Oracle anyway, because in a
I
draw card decks, it is potentially easy just to
well,
draw our whole deck.
isn't Labman like a little better, or you want to play Fast Oracle as well? I got the
Um,
Jace.
I guess it depends. If we're running Enter the Infinite, I do like Thassa is a little bit better, just because it could ETB win with Enter. Where like the same thing with like
We could just
Jace,
play
like you
all of
do
them.
have.
It's
Yeah,
not a
we could
problem.
just run all of them.
So the question is, do we want to go? Because another good thing about going the Peregrine Drake route is if we play all of our draws ETB draw, that also draws our whole library. So like if we play the Great Henge Guardian Project, so I don't hate that. Like if we played more creatures and then we get to play like all those draws and like we don't even have to play like a way to kill them really. We don't have to play like any draw when we attack them or in Frosting. I do like the silverback guy though. That gets us free lands. What is it? Silverback
Uh, a Silverback Elder.
but I do like that route. Because if we play the Great Henge and we just play like a fuck ton of ramp, because those just synergize really well, you know. And we play like the Beast Whisperer. We play all the ones that work with ETB. Uh, so like Guardian Project.
Uh, we also run the new Kiora, the Rising Tide, because when I forgot she ETBs to draw two, discard two, but that triggers our commander right off the bat. And that Kiora is just really good if your graveyard's filled, like making a free 8/8 when she attacks.
This one.
Yeah.
Uh, what was I saying? Hold on. So what are the other draws that we would have to play? There's the green. Hold on. We would need Eternal Witness as well, and Peregrine Drake, and we can also run Deadeye Navigator. That's the easiest way to do it. And Timeless Witness, and Ghostly, and then we can run Tooth and Nail because that just wins. You just get Deadeye Navigator. Uh,
And Peregrine Drake.
we could run Palancron as the backup because the crazy thing about Palancron, let's see how expensive he is, because he can go infinite with any mana doubler on his own. So if
Mm-hmm.
you have Zendikar Resurgent as that mana doubler, then you just draw your whole deck because he casts every time. So that's just a really good synergy. And like it works with all the draw on ETB, which we're gonna play. So hold on. What's the green creature that draws ETB? It's the what is it? The ward.
What the what Primordial Sage or
No, Primordial Sage is cast.
it's the was it
I can put
Soul
it
of the
in right now.
Harvest?
Yeah, that sounds right.
We should probably focus on some ramp too, because we have
Yes,
a lot of heavy cost creatures.
and I want it all to be land ramp. All of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't Greyhenge go infinite with itself if you have Hullbreaker? Because you can.
I guess because it 2 mana, play it, tap it for 2 green
Yeah,
mana.
and if you have like a Soul Ring or something that can cast itself, like a thought, which we
Yeah,
don't
or
have anything, but okay. So wait,
to
don't
get
we
our.
just win with her ult as well, right?
Well, it's only we draw half of our deck.
If we have this as well, though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you want to know what's one thing I want? Alharmrets?
I thought we already did that one.
No, no, no. What's the land? Alchemist that gives us flash. Alchemist,
Alchemist Refuge.
yes, refuge, and then this is definitely probably a Seaborn Muse deck, and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
play some with some untapped mana and a Wilderness Reclamation. Uh, and I already have the Sphinx, and we could play Capsize as a payoff as well. We have Blue Sun. We have our
Mm-hmm.
creatures that draw the whole deck. Capsize is just really good for interaction. Uh, and we should counterspell Sublime Epiphany. Should we play Fierce Guardianship? Or like Void Slime Disallow? What are you thinking?
I like Void Slime Disallow. How do you think our mana is going to be? You think we could do like an Archmage's Charm? Because it
Probably.
is three blue symbols.
It's only 2 color. It's not gonna
True.
be that bad. We're green. We'll make it work. Disallow. Because I like Charm as well. And
Do we have?
this one
Are we going to have any crazy
and
ETB effect on creatures, or just
Arch.
like?
We should play Archdruid's Charm as well.
Mm-hmm.
No. Or probably not. Why?
Yeah.
We have
Oh,
these.
all right, no, never mind. Because I was thinking like about because there's the one counter spell that like returns a creature to your hand to cast it, but we don't have anything that really does it.
And we should be fine because we're at 600, so like 200 is gonna go into the lands. Should be no problem. Uh, do we want to play like an extra turn spell? We should probably play Solve the Equation, right?
Yeah.
Because we're a Tooth and Nail deck, and Mystic and Mystical Tutor. Because we just win with Tooth and Nail, kind of. We just get infinite mana.
But usually that means we could do infinite whatever.
And if we already have one of our pieces in hand, we could just get we could Tooth and Nail for one of these and draw the whole deck.
And if I think, oh no, never mind. We're not doing that combo. Never mind. Yeah, it should be good.
Yes.
The deck has so much draw. We're gonna have something.
Let's do the ramp. So cultivate. I also like the idea of it being creatures as well, so it draws with the. So cultivate, Kodama, Kodama's reach, Harrow, and Entish, because those are really good with Tatiova and Entish. And I'm gonna want to fit fetch lands in as well, but it doesn't have to be like the expensive ones. It's 2 colors. So then we also want Sakura Tribe Elder and
Kodamas and
oh,
Cultivate.
Sakura Tribe Elder. I got Kodama and Cultivate. So we also want Wood Elves, right? And Farhaven.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there a new one? Isn't there like a Simic turtle
Yeah.
that's like a ramp card, right? There's like
Yeah.
a there's
Let
like
me let
a
me find it.
not coiling oracle. I'm talking
No,
about like
I know
the
I know what you're
yeah.
talking about.
There's like a Simic exclusive one. Wait, did we get another new one? What's the new one, Derek? The new Farhaven.
It's a legendary creature that came out in the new set. I forgot what it's called.
We'll figure that out after you look for the one I'm talking about.
Where are you? So I think it's an anime art style. So I'm like there. Uh, it's Sutina, Speaker of the Tardru. So Sutina.
Sutina Speaker. This one?
That thing, yeah.
That's the new one. 50 cents. Nice. Then what's the Simic one? That was like the turtle that like I think it came out in like the
Yeah, I forget if it's Strixhaven.
no, I think it came from like a oh no, it was Strixhaven, yeah. I don't remember what it's called.
Quandrix Cultivator.
Is that good?
It's a 3/4. When it enters, you search a basic forest or island and put it in the battlefield.
Do you like that or no?
It doesn't put it into tapped.
Oh, it doesn't put it into play tapped. Cool.
So if you can potentially play that and like set yourself up if you have like 1 mana open afterwards to still have like a response.
Cool. Oh, you want to know it's another thing? If we play a creature that draws when it enters, like we have this one. Actually, it doesn't matter because we have these. It's the same thing.
Mm.
And doesn't this draw? No, only when it attacks, right? I was thinking of the other partners. What are the ones that like untap lands and the other one can like target any player to draw?
Oh, I don't. They're not. It's like, isn't it like Lore Master and like Mythweaver or something? They're not commanders, but they have like.
No, they're commanders. Or
Were they?
legendary. Yeah. Oh no, you might be right.
I think one of them's Lore Weaver. Like they have like partner or
Yeah. Target player draws 2 cards. So this one can kill anybody.
and it's Ley Weaver. That's what it was. Yep.
Should we play this one? Or no, if we draw our whole deck, then we're fine. We don't have
Mm-hmm.
to draw their deck. Okay. So this looks like such a fun deck to play against, Derek.
Yeah, totally.
Ew. This is gross. What have we made? Okay. So let's get some lands. Or
Don't
do we
forget
think we
Reliquary.
need more ramp? Does that feel a
Uh,
little light?
I think so.
Should
I
we
should know
should we
because
run
don't forget
some of
we
the
have.
2 drops?
Don't forget we have don't forget we do have some artifact ramp too.
Well, only these. Oh yeah, I guess we have 3. Yeah, and this. So 4. Uh,
I really like the artwork of Farhaven Elf.
do you see this one? This is sick.
Yeah, the new Deadeye Navigator. Yeah, it's because Innistrad
Holy
remastered.
shit! It feels like an entirely new card. All right, so we have 4 artifacts that ramp.
I wonder if
5.
there's. I wonder if there's any like.
This is like kind of like a half ramp. 5.
Oh, that's right, because Edgar Markov, Snapcaster Mage, Emrakul,
6.
Liliana the Veil, Giselle.
7.
There's some cool
8.
things getting reprinted.
9. This is like half 10. No, we're good. And then we have Cultivate and Kodama. Yeah, we got like 12 sources, and they're all, most of them are land ramp.
So I was curious. I'm looking at what's coming out in the Innistrad remastered, and honestly, from where things are, there honestly a lot of the reprints that are pretty cheap already. Like after you get past like it goes from like $19 to $9 for like a Delver of Secrets with the retro frame, and then it goes to like $6 for Reforge the Soul.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any.
And then it drops to Deadeye to $5, and then it's like $3 for Avacyn. So like every other card is like, and then it's to 90 cents and lower. So half of the it looks like half of the cards are just going to be like really cheap.
Is Innistrad Remastered going to be a standard set?
Oh wait, oh I see what it is. There's the showcases are going to be the money pool cards.
Or is it a standard set or no?
I don't know because I know it's just a remaster set, but it looks like it's from every Innistrad because we have Liliana the Veil, Emrakul the Promise End, Snapcaster Mage, and then Edgar Markov.
No, they wouldn't put Snapcaster back in. No way. They wouldn't be that stupid, right?
You say that.
Do you remember how much that ruined the format while it was out? Like legal and standard? Like the only decks that got played were variants of Snapcaster decks.
Oh, and Grizzlebrand's yeah, no, definitely not. There's Grizzlebrand in the set too.
There's a Reanimator deck right now. That they were never.
Oh wow, you know what? I did price high to low, but for some reason, a lot of the showcase. So Craterhoof Behemoth is in it too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's because Avacyn.
Is there any busted enchantment or creatures we missed that are like Nezahal or anything?
It's Simic. There's a bazillion of them.
We got the
this was supposed to be listed high to low. Oh yeah, the Bloodline Keeper reprint is cool.
Okay, so we're gonna start getting some lands. Command Tower. I also want to get some fetches.
Oh, best set Ghoultree reprint. Let's go.
Oh, Ghoultree.
Remember that?
That's
card?
the one that like it's like the is that the one that costs less?
Yeah, it's a 10/10 for basically 1 green if you have enough. And they have Splinter Fright. There's some like stuff. Oh my god, Through the Breach reprint too.
Stop. Derek, Through the Breach Grizzlebrand and standard? That's not standard. Come on.
No.
Think about that.
Or Through the Breach, yeah, no.
Stop it. But okay, so Command Tower, Breeding Pool, Rejuvenating Springs is the battle bond, right? Rejuvenating. That's the battle bond. And then we got
do you want Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth?
Yes. 100%. We still got like hold on, let me check the price. I think we're pretty good. Yeah, we're at 700 now, so yeah.
Mystic Sanctuary? Do you think we can make a Mystic work?
Yes.
Alright.
Because we can play like all the off ones. Because I want to play some fetches in this for the land.
So we got the breeding hedge mage.
That's the yep.
Yeah. Tangled Islet.
Tangled Islet. Yeah, we're gonna play all those. Continue.
Rhymewood Falls.
What's the Innistrad one? We'll finish these first, I guess.
That's for dual lands. That's all the ones that we have. Yeah, Simic is hurting, and it's dual names. Yep. We have like every other card effect though that exist like for like twin colors. Like so, we have like Rejuvenating Sinks, Dreamroot Cascade is the as the Innistrad
Cafe,
one. Yeah,
and then
Flooded Grove.
what's the pain?
Yavimaya Coast.
Okay. And I'm gonna want to play a lot of basics.
Yeah,
So I got Seagate, uh, and Balaged, and the counterspell.
Mox Amber.
No,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean that would be pretty good with her, but I'm not a fan, honestly. It's just a personal thing.
Oh,
Uh,
real quick. So like, I was playing Arena with Marty a little bit, and there's that new Hydra that's like Scoot Swarm that it just doubles its counters on it with landfall. I
uh,
did Yu-Gi-Oh lethal damage.
Jesus.
I got up to 8,000, and I could have done more. It's just that the client was crashing and was taking 10 minutes to get through an entire turn, and I hit my token limit because I had Scoot Storm in play as well.
That's funny. Uh, so it's more blue than green. Got a lot of blue.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which weird for a creature bet deck, you usually is a lot of green, but I think there's just a lot of triple blue pips, is the thing. And a lot of double blue.
okay. All right, so let's get the number of lands in. We have 3 MDFCs, and we're mainly blue. Uh, oh, do we want to play? Let's see how much Misty is, because it's currently 727, so we can fit it. Misty,
It's like $22.
it's fine.
Still a good card. Fabled Passage is one of the cheaper ones.
Okay, so we want a lot of islands. So we think 5 forests and 11, or no, 10 and 6 maybe. Do we think
I
that's
think it should be
good?
alright.
Okay, 20 cards to cut. Jesus Christ. So my thought is, do we just cut the caring about like the drawing because we're just like going for a combo, right? Like, do we care about like making these guys or anything?
Um, I only like maybe some of them just to be as good blockers, but I think I like the ones that just are big. So like making the tokens every now and then is whatever. I like so like that one could go like, but body of knowledge I really like because
I just
body
think
of
that
knowledge becomes big.
the counter spells will do the job for
Well, it
like
might stop certain spells, but it's not going to stop every creature and them starting to swing at us.
right. But I mean, it's not
And the
like
cool thing about Body
our
of Knowledge is
creatures.
Body of Knowledge still draws cards when he's dealt damage, so he becomes a very good attacker and blocker. Because the thing is, like, okay, we'll block him, we're still probably going to draw a card, and if they don't, he's going to be like close to lethal.
So then I guess I don't care about Chasm, or
Yeah, I don't. We could probably go away from that a little
I
bit.
think I like Toothy though, because
Um,
he at least still draws.
because we are very heavy creature focused. Do you think
What about
Jin still
this?
works?
Let's see how many non-creature spells we have.
That
Can
should
we
actually
can we
trigger it.
just can we just check down here? Or we could just count. It's probably still gonna be a lot. So that's one, two, three, uh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
Okay, that's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good.
We'll
Uh,
see after we start
oh,
cutting things.
did we
Just
did we
put a reminder to like recheck after. I think
did
we
we
just
put
cut these.
Nehrumeha in the deck?
No.
Because I saw Ghostly Flicker, and so
Uh
if we have Ghostly Flicker, it doesn't really do it much without the Nehrumeha.
no, it's Paragon Drake. What are you talking about?
But then you do it once. You
No,
need.
Eternal Witness.
Oh, true, right, right,
We play Eternal and Timeless as well. Eternal
right.
and the Timeless.
Okay.
Did I put it in Timeless? Yeah, Timeless. Simic does it the best because they don't have to play the bad things that only gets instant sorceries back.
Right. I'm so used to like I don't see Archmage, so like,
Yeah, it's right here.
right, we're in
Yeah.
green.
Yeah. Uh so okay, so I want to cut the token makers. Uh
So
cut
Nim.
this. Yeah.
Maybe we don't need Toothy and Pier then, because Toothy is the same thing where you draw a card, it just gets bigger, and like if it we gotta be because the thing about Toothy sometimes it can kill us because there's just too many counters on it, and somebody removes it, we could deck ourselves.
So then I guess we also cut the Omnises.
Yeah,
Because I think if they want us to make an $800 deck, like they're not looking for like fun interactions like that, this is still good.
and honestly, with how many fetches and land tutors that we have, Brainstorm actually might actually be decent to like resetting because we could draw the 3, put the 2 back, then play a ramp spell and then shuffle away, or play with a fetch land.
Do we still like all the walkers?
I like the Morn King because just the +2 is still just a activate commander. I like the I like the Teferis. I like all these honestly.
Maybe not this
Maybe that one because I don't think maybe we just don't need the 0 draw.
one. We can cut some counters. Guess it would be Flare.
Yeah, we got Flare. Like I like Flare in certain decks, maybe not this one because I think all of our creatures matter. I'm playing Flare in my Wizard decks where like the ETB Wizard decks, a lot of them like when they enter, they do their thing one time. I don't super care as much anymore because even if I have the infinite combo with Nehrumeha, I only need 1 value engine for. I don't need like 4. And same thing I'm running another one in a zombie because like I tap my wizards, draw a card, and I just need to make sure I protect my zombie. We could potentially cut 20 Toad if is he 20 or more cards or exactly 20? 20 or more counters on it, or you have 20 or more cards. The thing is, how good is he going to really be? Because if we can't, like, if we're comboing off and we draw him, like, we have to attack with him and we have no haste enabling in the deck. And I think, like, we're just, our other combos just work better. Bless you.
Thank you.
How many cuts did we have to make anyway?
20.
Yeah.
So I think we can cut one of these.
Yeah, the big 6-drop ones I care a lot less about a lot of times.
I just want the enters. Because the combos with the Peregrine Drake, like I was explaining. This one at least draws. So I like that one.
Yeah. No, it is awkward because we have to have colors. We can't use colorless for it, which is a little bit annoying. Man, I really like the artwork of Farhaven Elf. I want to get that. How much that is.
Only need to cut 9. Not so bad. Maybe...
TCG player, please get a dark mode. Do you have a dark mode?
I'm thinking body. I mean, it doesn't have flying is my problem as well.
Oh, I only like it because its bottom effect is that it still gets to draw cards.
I guess. You know, yeah, I think you're right. Do you think we need Gretchen and Thrasios? Also, is Rashmi?
I think Rashmi would probably be in more of a like maybe a little bit more interactive deck where we'll play a bunch of stuff off our turn, but just getting like one draw off our turn for a spell and maybe every now and then, like we're not playing a bunch of counter spells.
Well, we are though. We're playing
well,
a lot of. No, we are.
Could. But
we're playing 18 instants, so I think Rashmi's going to be good, and we're playing Wilderness Reclamation, Seaboard Muse, and the Sphinx. So I think Rashmi's pretty okay. My problem is she doesn't say draw. Is my one problem. She puts in a hand, but she's still an insane card.
It's free value.
Yes.
And the cool thing is you don't even have to cast what you reveal. You can just be like, I'm not going to cast it and put it into your hand. Is it weird to say because this isn't like CDH that sometimes Mystic Remore just feels kind of meh the first couple turns?
Listen, I thought that the other day, but when I played it against my Voltron deck and he drew 9 cards, no, there's so many decks that like this card is still just reaming, you know?
True. I mean, like I said, there are instances where it can pop off early game, but not every deck. Every deck runs super fast early game.
Yeah, but then you just let it die. It's like not the end of the world. Like 1 mana to potentially draw 7 or none is like not the end of the world. You know, once you've paid 2 for it, like it's still not even the end of the world.
Also, honestly, wiretapping is a card that, like, as I played with it, I've learned to like it less. It's cool. It's like a cool extra draw at our turn, and maybe we'll get to the hideaway. But honestly, like spending a whole turn just to play it to get an extra draw time just doesn't feel super great at times.
Even with the double draw.
Yeah, I actually ended up cutting out the decks that it was in just because it felt awkward to play. And, like, I had to spend so much mana, and like, sure, I get the value afterwards, but like, we could just be playing stuff and drawing cards. We're in blue. There's so many better ways to this, like, to draw X cards, or like have our creature draw stuff because these are creatures that are putting value in board and on play, and have continuous like abilities with them. Like, for the same exact mana, we could play a creature that does the same thing and has power and toughness equal to how many cards are in our hand. I mean, we could also, I see, just because we have solved the equation seasons past, we could technically, like I said, put 1 extra turn spell for that combo too. Considering we also have Mystical Tutor, so it becomes a lot easier to find, like Mystical Tutor season and
Well,
Mystical tutor.
solve the equation's the easier way to do it.
No, but it's cool because you do mystical tutor to get seasons pass and seasons pass for
Right, but
the
mystical tutor goes on top. Remember?
I don't know. I'm saying so. Like we get those two, then we if we use solve the equation to get back our green boy seasons past, we get both of those back and could use them to find two things. Uh, um. mm,
We still have 8 cards to cut.
Man, this is hard. I like a lot of these cards.
We do actually have a lot of things that give no maximum hand size randomly. But does that make me want to cut one of these? Not really. Do we cut one of these? Like, do we need that and Thrasios?
Mm-mm.
They're both really good with Seaborn Muse and
They
no
are.
Danish Reclamation.
The great synthesis is cool. Just gotta be careful because it can't. If we don't like win on the first turn, it does bounce everything. But then on it's the final phase. We get to play everything for free anyway.
Maybe this is the same thing as the
Yeah. The extra draw is cool, but again, I don't think we need it. It has a cool looking card though. I've never seen that card before, and the artwork for it was really nifty.
29 creatures.
I like all these cards,
7
man.
counters still. 2 removals, technically 3 with Capsize. Actually, 4 with Rift. Sublime Epiphany, Seaborn Muse is and Eternal Witness is also another
Mm-hmm.
good one. Thinking it's just this Teferi.
All right.
There's a reason why that guy's bulk. These two I like though. Uh,
Maybe we don't need the deep analysis. I know it just the only reason I like it is because it flips our commander immediately. Because we draw for turn, play that, it flips. But I think we have enough ways to draw that we don't really need to rely on that.
5 more cards. Don't want to try to cut any more creatures.
I mean, we could, in theory, cut down a Guardian project. Because we do, like, we are lower on creatures than every other type of things we have.
No, it would be the Beast Whisperer first.
I mean, what cut Beast Whisperer? I guess because entering is more important than casting. Because we're at 29 right now. Which, I mean, is already kind of getting onto, like, the lower end of creature-based strategies. At least having the ones that do it when they enter feel a little better with like soul and stuff. And so it feels weird. But like, I don't. I guess we're not so far into creatures that way.
I guess Alharmer's still good.
Yeah, because it still works with everything that our rest of our deck does. And that's also cool about that. It makes any single draw effect also trigger our commander, which doesn't have to be the main focus of the deck because when it's flipped, we don't really care anymore.
Do we still like Wizards class?
I think we can cut it. I think we have enough max hand size stuff where we don't need it. And honestly, I've never really leveled it up. There's a reason why on Alchemy or on Arena that its final ability has been downgraded to, we'll upgrade it to only cost 3 mana because no one ever used it. And it felt like such a, like, okay, I'm going to spend 5 mana to then make my creatures bigger. And like, it just feels bad, man.
Hey
It's way
there,
too,
gentlemen.
costs way too much.
What you brewing today? Hello. What's up, man?
Oh, what's up?
We got a comment on our YouTube channel. They wanted us to build this Tamiyo Inquisitive student at an $800 budget. And we're currently making cuts for our list. They asked us to make a Simic control that like you know it's Simic control,
It's Simic gross. It's going to draw a bazillion cards and
Yes.
no, everyone at the table is going to have a miserable time as you Cyclonic Rift the board for the 5th time as
Yes.
you return it to your hand.
Yes. But yeah,
And
so
then Hullbreaker Horror, other stuff, play a bazillion lands, just generic Simic stuff. It's fair,
yes.
balanced. That Deadeye Navigator art is so cool, though, I have to admit.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
Looking kind of sick. But yeah, this is what we have so far. Uh do we fit the Hullbreaker?
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, right there.
So, yeah, it's in there.
Uh the main combos are you're running that mind over matter, right? What mind over matter?
Mind Over Matter is the discard a card on tap, isn't it? Yeah, Mind Over Matter is the enchantment, or you discard a card, you can untap anything.
No. Cuz we're doing a different different combos. We're doing Deadeye Navigator and either Palancron or Peregrine Drake. So you can
Palicron could
just
also
do
combo with itself if we have a mana doubler, which we have a few out.
yeah, either an exclamation, the mana
Mana
reflection,
Reflection,
or
Zendikar.
Zendikar is the best one because you can draw the whole deck. And then we also are playing the Ghostly Flicker loops as well. We have the Timeless Witness and Eternal Witness and Ghostly Flicker. And then you can either draw your whole deck if you have a Jin, or if you have any of the things that draw when they ETB. So like the Soul or like a Guardian Project or the Great Henge. And our win cons are either one of these. And then also our main way to win for like a one shot is the Enter the Infinite.
No, yeah.
Because we
We
feel
get
like
Enter Infinite.
it's flavorful with this what this deck's kind of trying to do.
I mean, I've won with Enter the Infinite before. Just draw your whole deck and then, all right,
Also,
play
Tooth
Fast
and Nail
Oracle.
is such a budget card right now that there's
Remember when it
literally
used to
no
be like
reason.
$30?
Yes.
Pepperidge Farms,
Now
remembers?
look at Seagate Restoration compared to a card that
Yeah.
like wins the game on the spot. But yeah, so we're making cuts, and we got 3 more cards to cut.
Mm.
Yes, this is what they asked for. They said Simic Control and Super Value. If you could try to get her to ult, that would be nice, but it doesn't have to be the main focus, is what she said.
Yeah. I mean, at worst, like, honestly, we have some really good, really annoying spells because, like, if we get her, like, plus her,
Mm-hmm.
because we're not running anything to, like, super proliferate her.
No, but regardless, we're running all the untappers like Seaborn, Sphinx of the Second Sun, and Wilderness Reclamation, plus like a lot of instant speed interaction and capsize, like the BS. And then
Mm.
we're running all the I forgot this is land ramp as well. I didn't count that.
Mm.
And that gets any land. But I don't think we have any lands that like change our life. Maybe the Alharmets. That's it. Oh, I put a Nykthos in. If you didn't
Oh,
notice.
I like Nykthos. Yeah, there's still a lot
In
of
two
mana.
color, in 2 color decks. Like yeah, it's really good.
There's just um cards like that are awkward
Isn't that
because as soon
black
as you
though? Isn't
no,
that
it's
black?
blue.
Oh,
No, he's talking. No, he's not Triskaidekaphile. Is it Triskaidekaphile? Yeah, he's the wizard that if you have 13 cards in your hand at your upkeep, you win the game.
yeah. We already cut the toad because we want to be able to win like when we draw our whole
Yeah,
deck.
yeah. So he's cool if it's early game and you can manipulate your draw to get to that point.
Mhm.
Its issue is if you play him first and wait a whole turn and like do the draw, everyone's gonna notice it and it's gonna become an immediate like a target.
Yeah, it's like when you play the Faladar guy, like that. When your life is
Yeah.
over, you're
And
starting.
like the frog thing is cool because it could happen on attack declaration. You don't have to do wait to your upkeep, but then again, you kind of do because you have to wait a whole turn for them to go around. And I guess we do have ways to like flash it in. But there's also situations if you run Triskaideka file because it's exactly 13. If you go late game and you draw it and you have like 40 cards in your hand, it's like this is never gonna happen.
Yeah, that's why we cut the toad.
Well, the toad's 20 or more, so it doesn't matter if we have more. But
Should we swap Kiora for like a Mole Drifter or something else? Like, I also like the Lord, the guy that draws 3 and has like Ward 3.
I mean, yeah, we got Kiora. I was just like, hey, let's flip our commander.
Oh, she does flip our commander. But we can also play like something that sticks around, right? Like, do we want to play a creature that just draws any TVs? Because it would be, I don't know how helpful. Because like we have these that draw our whole deck if we go
Mm.
infinite, you know. Uh, so we have 2 more cuts.
Mm. With Capsize and Psych Rift, I guess Beast Within is still good though.
Yeah, I think it's still fine. I still like having these 2 at instant speed, especially if we're playing with Hullbreaker and Rashmi. Like, and you know, like a Simic deck, like untapping with Seaboard Muse or Wilderness, and having these is really good. I guess Brainstorm's still fine as well, because you know, it's basically pay 1 mana, flip your commander.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
And
like
like I said,
in some instances, it could lock us out. But we're also playing a lot of ways to shuffle, so like it shouldn't
yeah.
really
And
be
we
that.
draw. The thing is, we're getting down like there's so many good cards in Simic based decks. It's really hard to not draw good stuff in these type of decks.
Yeah, but Brainstorm will lock out our draw, is what I'm saying.
But we draw like 30 cards a turn,
Yeah,
so
it doesn't matter.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. Uh, and we have a lot of ways to shuffle, like I said.
Now his ultimate doesn't technically draw. It just exchanges.
Maybe we just don't need him.
Maybe yeah, we got it. The +2 is cool, but it does technically put 1 at the bottom, so we don't always get to keep it. Still phlegmy. Yeah, whatever this was, it was so annoying.
Maybe we don't need all the win guys. Between Jace, Thassa, and Labman, which one should we cut?
Uh, I think Labman.
Yeah,
Because Jace also works better for Nykthos.
that should be it.
There it is.
Okay, let's give it a shot. It's a Simic deck. We're not drawing any ramp.
But we remember it's still a turn one commander in every hand if we have blue.
It's true. Okay.
That's the cool thing because here we can still play a land, swing, and generate a clue token.
Yep.
That's why she's so good. Is like even if we don't have a crazy early setup, she is an early like thing to do.